Okay, so here's another Kirchhoff's rule problem. Okay, so consider this, oops. So this says, consider the circuit shown below, find V1, V2, and R4. So V1, V2, and R4. So those are the three unknowns, and again, we need three equations to solve that, okay? So let's see. Okay, there are many junctions. Let's see how many junctions there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 junctions. So you can get 4 equations from there. And then how many loops are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. Okay, so there's plenty of equations we can obtain. All we need is 3 equations, so we have to be smart about it. And okay, well, actually, I won't write this. You guys know this. All right, so let's write down equations that involve the unknowns: V1, V2, and R4. Okay, so let's. What we'll do is we'll use the loop equations: L1, L2, and L3. Maybe we'll just use loop equations. Okay. All right. So for this loop, for loop L1, we will start at this corner and go around like that. Okay. And I will write down all the equations. So I mean I'll I'll write down the okay. So you're starting here, going with the current, so that's minus I3R3, minus I3R3. The next term is minus I2R4, and that was minus I2R4, and then it's plus V1, and then the next term is minus I1R1. Oh, R2, yeah. Plus V1 minus I1R1. And that should equal 0. And so now let's put in these numbers. Minus 1 times 6 minus 12 plus V1 minus 24 equal to 0. Okay, so this gives us V1 right away. So that's 3642 volts. So loop 1 solved one of the unknowns for us. Okay. Okay, now what we'll do is loop 3, we'll do loop 3, and that will solve V2 for us. Okay, so we'll start off here, go around, that's plus V2, and then you're going against the current, so plus I3R3, and then you're going with the current, so it's minus I5R5. And that should equal 0. So V2 plus I3R3 is 6 minus 12 equal to 0. So V2 equal to 6 volts. Okay. And now let's do loop 2. Okay. So loop 2, we'll start off here and go around like that. So this is I4R4 minus I4R4. And then now you're going against the current, so it's plus I2R2. And then the next term is you're going from high to low voltage, so that's minus V2. And then you're back to your starting point, so that should add up to 0. Okay. I4R4 minus R4. I2R2 is plus I2, that's 12. And we got V2 as 6, so equal to 0. So R4 is 6 ohms. Okay. So the 3 loop equations gave us solved the problem for us. Okay.